So as I said, if you don't have a bolster, you're using 2 bricks and a blanket or something to support you. So I'm just sitting on my bolster. And today instead I'm using bricks and a blanket to show you what that's like. So I thought we'd simply, just as we're waiting, why don't we begin just by taking a few deep breaths, and then we'll take a 3-minute silence, practicing that. So you just do a quick body scan, starting with the head, face, neck, shoulders. You're just stating the body part as you go down, just clearing the energy, and it's brief. And you're going all the way through the hips, the legs, all the way to the feet. And then when you're done, you simply check your breathing. Anchor either on your image, your word, or the breath for the next 2 minutes or so. And when something attracts your attention, bring the breath there, bring openness like you did for the body scan. Begin to bring attention to the breathing, breathing in through the nose, long and smooth, and out through the nose, long and smooth. Inhale wide. Exhale deep. One more. Bowing the head as a symbol of surrendering brain, thinking, ego, and see what's here today. What do you need to be more unified, more whole, so that you can show up and share that in your experiences? I'm going to come on up and open your eyes. Good morning. Let's just reach up. So again, notice without moving to have to sit. This is what we're practicing. One more time. And again, inhale, because that's how it's done typically. We're going to twist, exhale, just easily. Nothing big. Inhale. But when we show up unified to our experience, not separate, feeling connected to everything. Now we're going to come forward. So if you're on a bolster, you might want to come off the bolster. and just come forward. And then also see what it's like when you feel whole. When you feel whole over the right knee, and centered over the left. There's no lacking. There's no looking for something and then come on up. And that's where we're really aiming for, yeah? That is the yoga. Good morning. You can say hi. We got a lot going on today. Let's see what happens, okay? Let's see what happens. A little bit of a yoga warm-up, okay? So let's start on all fours. And I have one ear, so can you hear me as good?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. So practice your cat-cow. Exhale round, just on your own. Inhale. Now, how often have you done this? Now, can you notice that the shoulder blades really come together on the cow? And on the cat, can you feel really the pull with the abdomen? 2 more. We're going to shoot through a lot of things today, so let's see what happens. Hold your neutral position, including your head. Right arm stretches forward, left leg back, bird dog. Hold, lift the navel and ribs up, point the toe and push on the arm. Exhale, other side. Left arm up, right leg, ribs up, belly up, point the toe, reach, reach, reach. And one more time. Again, take your time, be present. Notice what is off. What do you need to do to make this whole and unified? Last side. Exhale. Breathe. Come to a knee plank, please. So I'm on a knee plank. Come to a full plank. Just tap your leg right, the right leg to the side and center. You can be on your forearms, side and center. Side and center. Just warming up, side and center. One more. Other side, left, side, and center. What do you need to do to balance on both hands? To balance your neck, side and center. 2 more. Child's pose, wide. Cup your hands or turn your palms up if you feel. Again, pull the ribs down to the hip. So you're really pulling that back and relaxing. Breathe. If you haven't tried with the hands up or the palms up, try that. Downward facing dog. Exhale, your first one. Just let it happen. Walk the feet if you'd like. Be here in the present. Let the head hang. Again, this is not about the exercise. It's about how present are you with the breath, with the movements. Hold both heels down. Kick your right leg up to the ceiling on your toes. And swing that through or do the best you can to come to the lunge. This is hard, so Nancy, use your hand on your thigh to come on up. We're going to come on up to a high lunge. So pull the back leg in, come on up to a high lunge, so you're here. So play. You know, you can be just purely relaxed. Play in a high lunge, back heel way off the ground, bend the front knee. Hands can be here if it's too much. That's fine too. Breathe. Big breath. Warrior 2, I'm just turning. Squeeze the triceps, bend the front knee, relax the shoulders. Breathe. Peaceful warrior, but the back hand comes to the waist first, then go back. And now drop that back hand to the thigh. Breathe. Side stretch. So we're just running through these to see what that's like. This could be your practice. Reach the arm. Maybe it's at the shoulder or maybe it's overhead. So you're warming up. Breathe, inhale, and exhale through the nose. You're going to windmill yourself down to put your hands down on each side of the foot. Bend the back knee, put it on the ground. Lunge, low lunge. From here, you're going to come and take your torso up, straight up. So this is totally straight right here. Reach your arms, interlace or hold the buttocks and pull. Arch back. Straighten the front leg and see if you can reach over. You can pull the toes up or keep the foot down. It's a little balance, yes. Bend the front knee, hands down to the floor, downward facing dog. Exhale. So we're just moving through these. Up on your toes, left leg to the ceiling, three-legged dog, breathing in and out. When you're ready, swing it through to a high lunge. So take your time. Maybe you need to put the knee down. Maybe you need to come up first. Then you can rise up. Find what works for you. Oh, we haven't had sun in so long. Oh my gosh. At least in this room, right? So yeah, some people need to bend. Some people need the reminder here to put the hands here. But find something that you can hold and breathe. Can you take it to warrior two? So I'm just here and notice I'm trying to show you the knee wants to do this. So I'm going to ask you to push the knee back. Breathe. Squeeze the triceps. So the peaceful warrior, back hand goes to the belly. Front arm up. Breathe. Back hand to the thigh. Side bend. You can go all the way down, but we're going to the leg. You know, the true pose is to the floor or to a brick. But again, there's no reason to be there. You can be on your thigh. So you're going to windmill down, hands on the floor. Low lunge, knee comes to the ground first. Head can stay down, just feel the low lunge. Plant the back tops of the feet on the ground, and then come on up with the torso. So I'm going to come on up so I'm straight. So I'm not here, but I'm actually straight. Your choice, you can cactus your arms back. You can reach back. You can interlace back. Whatever works for you. Breathe. Straighten the front leg. I'm going to put my hands on my hips, and you can pull the toes up or not. And lean forward. Let the neck go, maybe. Can you relax something? Bend the front knee, last downward facing dog. Exhale. So I'm going to show the modified version of this. You can do the full version, which is side plank. So I'm modified. I'm going to bend and take my left knee down to the ground. My right leg stays straight, and I lift up. So full plank would be here. And the feet are not stacked. So again, they're definitely not stacked. So I'm putting the knee down. What we're going to do is to thread the needle. So reach under. So if you're full plank, the hips go up and you reach under and you come back down. If you're on your knee, you just roll under 3 times. Breathe. Child's pose or down dog. Exhale. Take your time. So breathing, inhale nose, exhale nose for this, if you can. So again, I'll show the modified version, right knee to the ground. Hand is under the shoulder, left arm is up. And I'm just going to thread the needle. Roll yourself under and up. Otherwise, you're in a full plank and hips go up and you roll under. 2 more. Exhale. So we're adding a couple of fun ones, right? And child's pose. Palms are up. And come on up. And you know what? Do we have bands today? If someone doesn't have bands, it's still kind of not so bad. And I can have you do it with weights, but the band really, I just realized what's missing today. So if you don't have a band and you're using weights, you will be in a hand position here. So you'll just be doing one arm at a time. That's all. So you'll makeshift what I'm doing. Okay, Maureen? So otherwise, we're taking the band and putting it on our feet. And Maureen, you could even just do some of this stuff standing up with no weights. So you could do what we're doing. Everyone else, grab on, sitting up tall. And we're going to get it, so find what works for you to come high. Elbows, notice how high my elbows are. And down. Exhale. What are we doing here? Just squeeze your shoulder blades. Pull the elbows almost down into the pocket. So I lift and I almost pull down and back. 3 more. Lift and pull down and back. We don't do this pulling action so much. Have you noticed that? Last one. Hold, look up, and release. So now you pull your shoulders or elbows close to the body, right here. So can you feel the lower shoulder blades coming together? Let's go for 10. This one again is a safer one for people who have any shoulder issues. Exhale. Your choice to exhale through the mouth, but in the nose. Can you feel the shoulder blades squeezing together? Because just pulling the elbows back isn't enough. 3, 2, and 1. Your choice here, you can scratch the band and simply pull down like so, or you can take the band and do it with the band, your choice. So if your legs are not happy here, you can cross, but we're practicing keeping them straight. Lean forward and behind or in front. If it's too much behind, you can definitely do it here. So work with what works for you. So you can be here. Exhale, pull. Go for 8. And you can try the front if you haven't. 2 more. Last one. I'll take it. So that's at least getting some of the back. I thought that was helpful. Okay, do we have bricks today? Okay, so you'll play with the bricks. I need 1, and we're doing our hundredths with the brick. So remember, we're doing a little Pilates. So we're hugging the brick in a 90 position or tabletop. Before you do tabletop, feet on the ground. Let's get set. And notice you have lower back off the ground. But what about below the bra strap? Exhale, press that into the ground. So the low back is off, but below the bra strap, you're trying to get on. Now lift your knees to tabletop, and now put the brick in and squeeze. So my feet are not touching, correct? And place the arms 400. So we lift the shoulders up. The head looks at the brick, or the eyes look at the brick. Inhale and pump for 5. Exhale. Pull the navel down. Inhale. And exhale. Pull the navel down. Inhale. Exhale. The shoulders are coming off the ground. Inhale. I don't know where you are. Exhale. Last one. And exhale. Grab the brick. Feet are on the ground. Reach up with the brick and then roll up, straightening the legs and reach forward. Roll back and bend the legs. Roll down, arms overhead. Roll up with the knees bent and then straighten the legs, reaching forward. And again, bend the knees and roll back. And again, we'll do 5 of these. So you're straightening as you go up, but instead of reaching the arms up, they reach diagonally forward. Bend the knees and roll down. 2 more overhead with the arms. Inhale. Exhale. Take your time. Last one. Kind of fun, right? So again, bend the knees, exhale to come up, straighten, and hold. I need to see where I am because you know how I am. Okay, all the way down. Put the brakes down for right now. So we haven't done the full circles with the legs. We do single leg circles. We're going to do double leg circles. So place both knees into the chest and straighten them to the ceiling. Point the toes and separate them about 8 inches. And let's begin going out and in. So circle the legs out and together. So when you bring them toward the face. So you're making, what is that? It's almost like a bow. It's not a circle. What shape would you call that? So I pull the legs to the face, rotate them out and away, and then pull them to the face. Out and away. Last one. Hold and go the other way. So relax the shoulders. Point the toes. That's important. Breathe. They don't have to be very wide. It can be a small circle. 3 more. And we'll add to this. And don't hate me. You can rest knees into the chest. Now we'll do 3 where we lift our tush. So again, it looks like this. So I come around and I lift. And I come around and I lift. 2 more, and I come around and I lift. Last one, come around and lift. Other way, switch and lift. Much harder this way, right? Or it depends. Out and lift. Out, using your abdomen, yeah? The lower abs. 2 more. Exhale, last one. Exhale, knees to the chest. Ooh, that was that one. Grab the brick, straighten both legs on the ground. Brick is up to the ceiling. I'm holding the sides of the brick. You actually don't have to. You could not hold the brick. Right leg up to the ceiling, single leg circles. We'll go out and in. So out and across, out and across. Again, the secret here is not to move the hips. Breathe. Just doing 5. Take your time. And then go the other way. So if the brick is bothering you up there, put your arms on the ground. I'm happy with that. That's fine too. So you're out and across. Out and across, keeping the back still. Last 2, I think. Last one. Ooh, knee into the chest, hug. Hold. Other side. Knee into the chest, extend it up, and we go out and in. So keep the hips and back as still as possible. Out and in. Swing out and cross again. Out and cross. 2 more. Keeping the toes pointed, knees straight. Now can we go the other way? We go cross and open. Cross and open. So you're having to use your core. Your belly has to really work here, right? 2 more. Last one. Knee into the chest. You can drop the brick for a moment. We'll do our rolls. So grab on to your, hold on, we're going to come on up. So roll up, everybody. And let's try to use the brick. I don't know if it's going to help. You're going to hold the brick. You see, it just asks you to do more. So now you're trying to keep the heels close. I have a thinner brick, so I'm not sure how it is. And you're simply going to try rocking and coming up in balance. Maybe you don't. Maybe the toes have to touch. Rock. Notice the difference when you have to keep your heels close. Now the C shape, so I'm not up, I'm keeping a C shape, remember? 3 more. And balance. Last one. Ooh. Grab your brick. We won't use the brick for this one. So here, we'll roll down, come to tabletop, shoulders off the ground. And we're just tapping and reaching the leg out, hands on the knee. So the focus is reach the leg out, reach the leg out, reach. And as I'm reaching, I'm squeezing my belly and maybe doing a little lift with my shoulders. So I lift my shoulders a little more, lift, exhale. You can breathe through your mouth. If you'd like to add that breath. 3 more each side. 2 more. Obviously, I'm not counting very well. Last one. And knees into the chest. Take a moment. I am so funny, aren't I? So again, roll yourself up. Spine stretch. So the legs are about this far apart. Arms are forward. You can use a brick or not. And again, it's a round position. So you're not trying to reach your toes. You're trying to keep your C shape and round. Flex the feet. And I like the 2 pulses. 1, 2. Maybe the brick helps. 1, because you really reach the arms. Grab a brick and see. Three more. 2. Last one. And hold. Okay, kind of odd. Baddha Konasana, which is soles of the feet together, right? Toes down, heels up. I know, it's getting tricky. Grab onto the ankles. Okay, I am not doing the full pose. Clearly, we're just doing preparatory, okay? So notice the back. The back is upright versus being down here. So the back is upright. Wherever you can, you're going to practice trying to straighten one leg and down. So you may not be able to, you may have to hold behind the knee. Hold behind the knee is fine. You may be able to hold the foot, but don't push it. Yes, and you can see Sarah, we can take it to a full, and I'm not because of my biking, here and here. So you can hold whatever, if you'd like to practice here, There's no need to go there. I was just doing preparatory, which is 1. Oh, good. We're all enjoying it. And then come back down. Fold forward. That was just a fun. So we remember the saw, and I'll do it sideways. So again, the legs are about the same distance apart or just a little wider than your hips. I'm doing pointed toes, left pinky to left pinky foot, thumb is down, and it's a 2 pump I like. 1, head is down, 2, and switch, or 3. 1, 2, 3, and switch. Head is definitely by the shoulder. That is important. Really get that head down. And notice if you're favoring one of your sit bones. Can you be on both sit bones as you go? And are you squeezing the legs so much that your toes are pointing and your backs of your knees stay on the ground? So your quads are working. 2, 3. One more set after this. Breathe. Can you really saw and get past your pinky? Wow. And slowly come up. Cobra press-ups. So we're on our belly. And you're going to decide, it's a little awkward, how high you go. Now, classical Cobra press-ups, the hands are by your nipples, but that might be too much for some of you, right? But I would like you to try. So here, my forehead is down, my forearms are almost perpendicular to the floor. Roll the shoulders away, point the toes, and if you're having back issues, turn the toes in, heels out, and spread your legs wide, okay? So simply exhale, push up and down. And if it's too much, walk the hands forward. Press and down. 5 times. Exhale and down. 3 and down. 2 and down. Last one. And down. Okay. So this is called leg kicks or single leg kicks in the Pilates system. So to protect us, you can use a bolster Lee under your ribs a little bit, or you can be here. We come up onto our elbows. So to protect the low back on Maureen, I pull the low ribs back to my feet. So I don't let myself sag, I pull back. And you're simply going to point your right foot and pump it in twice. 1, 2, and down. So the key is, again, if you're getting it in the low back, pull the navel up or put a support underneath your belly. Kick the left, 2, and down. We'll do each side 5. And down. And down. So really you have to work the navel to pull up, yeah? And down. Breathe. 2 more each side. Packing it in today, huh? Be present. 1 more. And release. Ooh. Let's roll on our backs and grab your bricks or a brick. So you're putting the brick underneath your sacrum. I kind of liked this class. It was a lot of going this and doing that. So people who like to move, this was for you. Knees in. So my hips are on, and we're going to practice a bicycle. So again, the focus is, can you pull the leg out as you come in? So it's really reach with the leg, reach with the leg. Now again, the hips are steady, and I'm pointing. Can you point so much that your toes curl? Now, some of you who have back issues, this is the protection. This is a safety way to do the bicycle. You don't have to do it with the brick, but it's nice to do that. 4 more. Really focus reaching out, everybody. Out 5 more. 3, 2, and bring both knees in and to the floor, feet to the floor. So now straighten your right leg, parallel knees. Tilt your pelvis under, and you're simply going to bring the knee to tabletop or that leg to tabletop first, and then kick it out and down to the floor. Tabletop, exhale. So really, can you keep your core? I'm putting my hands on my waist and on my belly, and I want that to be rock solid, and I want it not to move. So again, my pelvis is almost turning under, right? Maureen and Debbie and Lee. 5 more. Breathe. And hold the leg straight and then just lift straight up to the knee and down. Knees parallel and down. Knees parallel. So I'm doing a big pelvic tuck. 4 more. 4, 3, keeping the hips steady. 2, and hold, and foot down. Other side, tabletop, and then extend. Tabletop, and extend. So this is also a way to get more back bending or opening of the psoas and the front of the thigh with some tension. So I'm touching the floor if I can. I'm touching the floor if I can with my heel. And that's where I'm getting that big stretch, touching the floor. If not, that's fine. 2 more. Hold the leg out to the floor and then just lift up to the knee. 1, and point the toes. So it's down to the floor and lift. Legs are straight. Legs are straight. Up and down. Up. So really feel that moving through space. It's quite heavy if you're not just jerking it up, but if you're lifting it. 3 more. 3, 2, and 1. Hold right here and slowly down. I know we have a lot of stuff happening. Let's take the feet in a little bit, roll your shoulders under, and you're simply going to lift your hips up off the brick and tap the brick. Don't rest. And do that 5 times. Lift and tap. Lift and tap. 2 more. Last one, hold. Remove the brick. Roll the shoulders, lift up even higher. Lift the toes off the ground, push the heels in, and we're simply going to lift our right knee up to the ceiling, if you can, and lower the hips. Lower the hips and lift. Lower the hips and lift. Lower, lift. 3 more. Lower, lift. 2 more. Hold this one and pulse. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe. 6, 8. Hold for 10. Breathe. And down. Both feet on the ground. Toes off. Push the hips up. Lift your left knee into the, what is that? Tabletop and down. Lift up. Up. 2. No, it's down, up. Sorry, down and up. I thought I had a brick. Breathe. Now, when you press up, do you notice you're pressing with your ribs? So instead, think hips or tush. Tush. 3 more. 2. Now pulse at the top, go for 10. Toe is still off the ground if you can. 8, and hold. 3, and down. Ooh, knees into the chest. Rock yourself up. Straighten your legs, reach toward the toes. There's so much going on that we're so quiet today, huh? So my legs are straight and we're practicing twisting. So if this is difficult, just bend your knees a little, okay? Arms are out to the side, and notice I can have this, or I can try to squeeze my triceps. So try to squeeze your triceps. This doesn't move. From here down, we don't move, and twist. It's a lot of work. Breathe, don't move anything else. The hips stay steady where they are, and come back. Inhale. Keep both cheeks down and twist. Keep both cheeks down and both legs straight. Pull the back shoulder. Pull, pull, pull. And again, if that's too difficult, hands on the shoulders. Squeeze the triceps and go. Keep both feet the same length. Notice one wants to pull back. Last one, other side. Keep the right cheek down as you go to the left and the left cheek down as you go to the right. Breathe and release. Okay, some side work, and this is where everybody's going to be different. Some people cannot do this at all, and we'll make some modifications. So one modification is here, knee bent, bottom knee bent, top leg straight. So here's the first easier modification. Notice my elbows under my shoulder, yes, and I lift up and down, okay? So is that something we can do? So watch the difference. I'm not lifting forward and I'm not lifting back. I'm lifting straight up with this top leg that's straight, yeah? And down. So that's one modification. Otherwise, you can do it with legs diagonal but straight, meaning they're not stacked. Lift. We'll do 5 lifts and then hold. Breathe. 3, 4, and hold. Take the top arm to the ceiling, if that works for you, and take it overhead to the ear. Breathe. Hold. Take it to the ceiling and look at the hand. And down. Other side. So can you tell we're trying to get it all? Just in case people are only taking one class this week. So modified again is the bottom leg is in bent, top leg is straight, but the hips are stacked. That's the key. Elbow under the shoulder, key, push. So again, my low ribs come up. That's very important. So this is how you would lift if you're here. Otherwise, you straighten the bottom leg and lift the hips quite high and hold for a second and then down. So the key again is really push the elbow and feel the armpit and the lower really lifting. And that extended leg, you really get that inner leg or inner thigh, yeah? Breathe, everybody. Yes, everyone needs to know what they can and cannot do. Hold this one and hold. Top arm to the ceiling. Exhale over to the ear. Hips higher. Arm up to the ceiling and look. Breathe. And slowly come down. Not so bad. Swimmers. So you've been asking for strength. So instead of doing the weights, what I came up with was something that's multidimensional, right? Swimmers look like this. You start with the arms quite long, legs quite long, and you assess your pelvis. So mine is pretty fine now, but if it's not, you'll have to tuck under quite a bit. Reach the legs away from each other so much that the quads have to squeeze, same as the arms, and you're flutter kicking arms and legs. So all you're doing is right, you can do it slower. See, here's a modified. Modified version is just lift right arm, left leg, lift left arm, right leg. So that's modified. You can do that, or we just flutter kick, lift everything, and then flutter kick off the ground. Breathe. Breathe. We're here for a little while, everybody. So breathe. We'll take a break. 3, 2, and rest. We have one more to go. Recover. So again, navel pulls up, straighten the legs, reach the arms, everything floats off the ground, and then start to flutter kick. Breathe. 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 Pull the navel in for 3, 2, and rest. Well done. I know it's a lot of moving. Turn over, reverse plank to protect our back. So fingertips are in. Some of you can and cannot do this. So fingertips are in or hands are out. If it's too tough with them in, go out. This is modified. This is full. So it's going to be up to you. You're either modifying like so when we do 3, or you're doing it full. Ready? And go. Hold at the top for a moment, and then down. And again, do it modified. Hold. Last one. Breathe. And release. Ooh. I think we'll skip that. I think so. So just our last couple. Legs are straight. Just for fun. Come to the edge of your mat. Cross your ankles and point your toes. It's an experiment. We're simply rolling. So you're starting here. You're going to roll down and kick your legs overhead together. Kick them together, reach, and then roll on up. Arms overhead and reach. That's more challenging. Arms overhead and reach. 2 more like this. Last one, and then we switch the cross. Switch the cross. And reach. So this is an active Paschimottanasana, or straight forward bend, and an active, not full halasana, but you're getting there. 3 more. There you go, Maureen. I love it. Last one. And release. Not bad, huh? Okay. I know I said it was it, but it's not. The hardest for the last. So some of you, I'm not sure if you'll be doing this with us. It's some support for push-up. Here we go. I'll show you. So I put the brick underneath my chest. Just watch me. So you can do it on your knees. Let me do it on the knees first. So again, shoulders over the what do they call wrists? Knees go back. And all I'm going to do is bend my hands have to be really under. Elbows bend, and then I push up. Elbows bend, and then I push back. I think that's what it is. If you're doing it on your knees, you push back, and the head goes back. So that's the knees. If you're doing it full out, it's bend, and then downward dog. Bend, and then downward dog. And you go for 5 or maybe more. And the bending is slow, and you're almost putting your belly. Do the best you can. It's a guide. Breathe. Shoulders are back. Take your time. Don't do it if it's difficult for your shoulders. Last one, everybody. And come down. Woo. So that was a doozy today, huh? Mm-hmm. So soles of the feet together. Hold on to the bottoms of your feet. Feel the quiet. Lean to your left, stretch your right, just stretch it out. That's all you're looking to do. Like you would a pigeon, it's the beginning of a pigeon. And do the same as the other side. You know, I like to do kooky things. We like to just see how the body moves. So some of you can take it more into a pigeon as you do it. So you can almost take it into a little bit of a pigeon. Now let's take it into a full pigeon, not so easy. Just get it so that there's something happening here and come to the ground. So you feel it in the back of the tush, the outer thigh, maybe the calf. You can make fists and stack them and put your head on the fists with your forehead. That's very resting. So it wasn't a sweaty class, but it was an active class. And that's, I think, what I'm striving for. That we're not trying to get the sweat on, but we're trying to feel invigorated, whole, and unified. Come on back, other side. So I'm going to actually do this one this way. Open both legs and then close. Stack the wrists, fists the other way. So this is also giving you ideas of how to get into some of these poses that might be more accessible ways. Soften the eyes, specifically soften the eyes. Soften the tongue and the throat. Slowly come on up. Let's do it in, you can do it cross-legged or you can do it open-legged. We're simply either going to take the arm across or take a full eagle. Exhale, bend forward. Thumbs can be on your forehead. So when you're doing it wide-legged, you're getting more inner thigh stretch. If you're doing it cross-legged, you're getting buttocks and back. Inhale, come up. Switch. If you were wide, maybe you want to cross-leg. You don't have to, and then switch. I'm just giving you options. Or stay where you are and fall forward. And if you have a bolster, this is what it looks like. We did it. I'm starting to get confused about classes. Setu Bandha supported. So it's a supported bridge pose with the legs are out. So with a bolster, you sit on the edge of the bolster. Maybe you need a blanket here and you scooch as far as you can off to get the shoulders on the ground. And again, you can cross your ankles, you can straighten your legs. This is what you're looking for, but comfortable. So if your low back is giving you trouble, you'll have to raise up your buttocks. If you don't have a bolster, blankets help, but that's okay. You put a brick under your, let's get this right, under your pelvis, and you put a brick under your, kind of like low shoulder blades. It's kind of difficult, almost below your shoulder blades. You put it below your shoulder blades and you're rounding. So try bricks if you don't like the bolster. Maybe this is better. You lower the brick almost, the top of the brick is below your shoulder, your bra strap. and trying to get your shoulders on the ground. Whichever pose allows you to open up your shoulders and chest. So if that doesn't work, I'll give you one more. You can just do a cross horizontal bolster. I think we're good. Let's take deep inhalations and deep exhalations. Three more long breaths. And slowly come on out. So you'll be doing either shoulder stand, legs up, or plow. And I'm going to show you right now my version of a modified plow to shoulder stand. I'm showing you with props that I have on hand. So I have a horizontal bolster at the wall with a brick in front, and I have a chair behind me. So if I'm doing a very supported shoulder stand, I sit on my brick near the wall, put my shoulders on the bolster, walk up, just showing so we all can see. And then I can take my plow pose first, so it's very supported. I don't feel anything on my neck or Maureen at all. And then I can either take my shoulder stand here or just use the wall. I just wanted to show people some ways we can support our poses, because getting into some upside down, really vertical pose is essential. And it's not always required to be so perfect. What we want is to be at ease, to have our breath smooth. And please say if you need some support. Soften your eyes. Return to nose breathing only. If you are in shoulder stand, you come through plow, hang out there for a bit. If not, stay where you are. And slowly coming out for either your seated posture or Shavasana posture. Take your time. So you're either using a seated meditation time or a time in your Shavasana where you completely let go. Either way, doing a body scan. It takes 30 seconds If you're in Shavasana, your aim is to become as light as you can. Keep dropping back, 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 and down. If you're seated, find your anchor and also expand, expand, expand. If you found your breath labored, your aim is to slow the breath down first. Take a deep breath in, smooth breath out. If you're on the floor, roll to your side. If you're seated, palms together at the chest. Thumbs touching the breastbone, fingers wide. Feel the wholeness